Come one, come all.
I didn't see you there. So you're finally awake.
Come on in, sit anywhere.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We got a city to burn. How's it going, everyone? This is episode 20.
Is it?
I
I think so.
was kind of hoping for the validation from you that it's episode 20.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's
99% sure.
Isn't that like a bit of a milestone? Kinda.
I mean, kind of. I think like
You doubled 10.
I think the next one technically, because it's 6 months. 21 is 6 months. Because it's half of every week. 52 weeks is a year.
Yeah.
20. I'm doing my math wrong.
Yeah. It's like
25.
Wouldn't 20 be 5 months?
25 basically.
Do we skip a month?
Wait, 26? 26.
Yes.
That's it. 26.
No.
Yeah.
25.
Yeah. No. 25 plus 25 is 50. 52. 26. 6 plus 6, 12. Math. It's math, dude. It's math. It's math's fault. Why does it have to have numbers?
Look, at first I thought it was just Merriam-Webster that was out to get us.
No, we're just idiots.
It's math too. Cheers.
Oh, yeah. I've been drinking it.
So, what are you sipping on?
Dawn of the Red IPA.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Notes of pineapple, citrus, and malty. On the back it says citrus, malty, and notes of pineapple. Oh, I think it's all three. That makes sense. It's pretty good, though. For 7%, you can try one. I got
Yeah.
three. I don't think you want to try one, but it's pretty good
I'll
for an
try it.
IPA.
It looks cool. I like the red. It is a beautiful color.
Yeah.
I'm sipping Boulevard Brewing Co.'s Berry Noir sour ale with mixed berries, and that's exactly what you get. It's kind of like
It looks like it.
Fruitier is such a poor way to describe it. Like sweeter, denser version of like the Helton one with the boysenberry.
Yeah.
The mixed. It's just I could tell there's like deeper, sweeter berries in this one.
Yeah. Yeah, this one that's a good word I would describe this one. It's dense. It's very malty. But it's pretty tasty. It doesn't like 7% is pretty high.
Yeah.
Pretty decently. Usually IPAs, once you get into the 7% range, kind of are more metallic and have that sharpness to them, but this one's pretty good.
That's a stage 2 beer.
This is a stage 2?
I'd say out of like 4 stages. So there's stage 1, which is your standard like 4.5%, 5%. I feel like then there's stage 2, which is kind of like the IPAs, like your 7%ers, like standard all around 6.5, 7. Stage 3 jumps straight up to I think like 9.5. That's like your tripels and your like imperials and stuff. And then stage 4 is like oh shit, like this beer, where I feel like that's like the 12 and over, like or anything over 10, honestly, like 10 and up.
Pretty much 9, man.
Yeah.
I've had some pretty gnarly 9s.
Yeah.
It can get pretty tough. But I've had IPAs that are like 12, 13%.
Yeah.
And they're intense.
Like I think
not good, intense.
Dragon's milk, like New Holland, that's like 12% or I think 14. It was up there. That's all I remember.
I had this one in Colorado. I don't know if it was an IPA, but it was a really like 13%. It's called Throne Taker.
Oh man,
it wasn't good. It was really hard to drink.
Yeah, that's like at Black Plague back in Oceanside. There was one called Executioner. Yeah, which was a double imperial or something. Yeah, along those lines, IPA. But dude, you're going to Colorado in like a week?
Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Shoot.
So 6 days.
6 days. What are your plans when you go out there?
My plans, personally, lay on the couch and watch movies with my family.
Any like particular movies you want to watch that like you like watching with your family?
No,
just the fact that it's a movie and it's on.
It's not something I typically do, but I just like going there. I don't really, I've been to Colorado a bunch, and I'm going there with my mom and my niece and stuff. So it just sounds nice, you know?
Yeah.
Open the windows, see the trees, hang out outside, just, you know, make some food, watch a movie. It's going to be nice. I'm sure we're going to go do stuff to take the child around, which will be cool, you know, museums, aquariums, whatever the like. But yeah, I think the thing I'm excited about is just it's nice there.
Yeah.
You know, especially when it's hot here. It's a nice little 3 days away from the hot and flat ground.
Right.
I'm just going to sit in the rocking chair every morning, sip some coffee, and stare out the window.
That sounds nice, man.
Yeah.
And even, you know, it just reminds me of like the whole, you said you just want to watch movies with your family kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like there's something that's so nostalgic to me, but it's like I'll never have it again because my grandparents aren't around. But I just remember laying there and like it was just at like 7 p.m. on a weekday and just watching like Wheel of Fortune.
Yep.
And then a half hour later was Jeopardy. It would just be my grandpa on a recliner, my grandma on the couch. I'm on the other couch with a little stinky pug next to me. And some of the best moments of my life, but it's like so mundane.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing to it, but it was just, I felt so like at peace.
Mm-hmm. I think that's why when you get older, you just kind of like, that's what I want. You know, I don't get it anymore. I'm glad of all the things I'm doing and stuff, but now when I go out of town to see my family, it's not like I'm trying, like I've been there, you know, I've done all the things. I like going there and I can go there whenever I want on my own time. But yeah, there is just something, you know, you start to think about. It's like, I do just miss that. Nobody's talking. Something's on the TV. I would have a laptop and like be playing World of Warcraft. Yeah. But just like, watching shitty game shows and stuff. Even when I went to that birthday party a couple weeks ago, the last thing I did, and arguably the most entertaining time I had, was watching Deal or No Deal. We watched like 3. I was gonna come home and I sat down to watch Deal or No Deal just because one of the stepdad was playing it. And I watched like 3 episodes and I was just like, this is awesome. We were supposed to go like outside and smoke, and I was like, but hold on, I want to see if he wins the money. I was just so enthralled by it. I was like, I don't do this anymore. It's not a part of my life. It's nice.
You know, there's certain things, man, just like I won't call that analog, but it stems into it, but just even like the such simple things, like when I was in San Diego last, went to that Korean barbecue, had that little after party, like we just played Uno for like an hour and a half.
Uno's sick though.
And it was just so much fun. Just everyone's laughing, having a good time, you know. Yeah. Over Uno. But like that's all it takes, you know.
Uno is an awesome game. I love Uno.
That was my first time playing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I never played before, at least not to my memory.
Uno's so much fun. Yeah, if I went it's things like that though. Like if I went somewhere and someone busted out Uno and they were just like, "You want to play?" I'd be like, "I could be down for like a game or two." Yeah. Might have to relearn how to play it. It's been a long time. But Uno gets hype.
Yeah, especially with drinking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It's not actively a drinking game, but it's just something like everybody can be hyped up about, you know? Like, we should play Uno.
Yeah.
I think I might have it somewhere.
We should play Uno, and you know what I've been wanting to play?
Is it the Digimon card game? Did you ever learn how to play that?
I learned it, yeah, so we could play that at any point. I just didn't want to, like, I knew it's mostly for me. It's like, you know, you tell the kids Santa's around for them. Like, you would play with me, but I know you're not like, bro, you want to play that Digimon game yet?
Yeah. I mean, I'm down to play it. Yeah. You know my lack of interest in it, but I've walked past and seen it on the table so many times. I'm like, I wonder if he like knows how to play.
No, I did finish the tutorial.
It completely leaves my mind until the next time I walk by the table. I'm like, huh.
Yeah. But you know, I've done the same thing. Like I remember Matt and Tyler came over here at Forrest's place and they brought all these Pokemon cards and wanted to play, and we're like trying to hype everyone up, and no one ever played a single match of it. Yeah. You know. But
I'm down to play a couple matches from time to time. Yeah. Especially, but I don't know. It's just I don't put myself in situations where we're sitting
Right.
not doing anything. There's always like some sort of small form activity.
And it's one of those, like, to me, Digimon's nostalgic, and I picked up, honestly, just to have some Digimon cards, because I used to when I was younger. But, like, I feel like Magic has the most, like, I don't know, it's, like, the most enticing to play.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy Magic, but it's just card games.
Yeah.
You know? I'm just,
I don't know.
I'm terribly introverted, and it's oftentimes feels like playing the card game is not what I like the proper utilization of the time.
Right.
It's like I enjoy card games. Looking at the cards, I'm like, man, I wish I was into card games. But every time I'm playing, I'm like, I should be doing something else. I don't know. It's weird. Because I can't say I hate them. I used to say I just hate card games because that was an easier explanation. But I do really, I'm interested in them. But me and playing them don't mix for some reason. I don't know.
I see, you know what? And I suffer from the same thing, but it's like, I've seen it grow on you. But it's mostly the ones just that you have an interest in. And you can't force that interest. Like, I remember when we were younger, we played that Warcraft TCG.
Yeah.
Before, like, Hearthstone was ever a thing, you know?
I mean, I played a lot of card games when I was younger, though.
Yeah.
I loved card games.
And then
have you ever I'm sorry, but have you ever played Munchkin?
No.
It's like it's not like the card game that we're talking about necessarily. It is kind of strategy, but it's like a deck building game or a Dominion. Okay. You may have played Dominion with me at one point where you get all the cards and stuff and you deck build.
Yeah.
Those games are so much fucking fun. I love them. But yeah, it is. It definitely is. It's just probably, my interest in them.
Yeah.
I never watched Digimon. I never played Digimon.
But I did notice, like, at first you're like, kind of didn't want to play Magic. But after we did a few rounds, like, you did get into it.
Yeah.
Somewhat. Like, I could tell you enjoyed it more than other games, you know?
Magic's sick. I liked Magic, and then I found Warcraft, and I was like, oh, well, I like this thing more, so I'll just play the Warcraft one.
Yeah.
But then it was discontinued, and, like, the cards kind of sucked anyways. It was more fun just, like, doing the raid bosses with other Warcraft nerds.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like Magic the Gathering. It's cool. The artwork is cool, like, Wizards of... No, that's D&D. But... Magic is sick.
Wizards of the Coast?
Yeah.
That's
Is it Magic?
That's Magic too.
Oh. Yeah.
Well,
I think they have a D&D Wizards of the Coast as well.
Well, it's under the same umbrella. Let me tell you something cool. Cuz I saw this the other day when I got those Digimon cards. They have D&D themed Magic decks right now.
Ooh.
I was going to say we should like pick up a couple.
Yeah.
Like starters, you know?
Yeah. I'd be down for that cuz I love just like sitting on the D&D fan wikis.
Yeah.
Like reading about lore and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's all like the characters from the lore but just put into Magic cards, which is pretty sick, you know.
That'd be pretty cool, yeah.
Like everything they've done like that where it's like a collaboration is awesome. Besides they did one with The Walking Dead, which I thought was kind of fucking lame.
Yeah.
But
I mean, zombies are lame, you know. What else are you really going to utilize?
Yeah.
It's just going to be themes and stuff. Yeah, I don't think
it doesn't feel like it fits the universe,
Yeah.
you know. I'm kind of like I'm gatekeepy with that in the sense where I'm like, don't tarnish it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. It's like it being there isn't going to create a bother for me. But I just, The Walking Dead just doesn't seem to fit in Magic. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it was like a secret layer thing, so it's not even really like massively integrated or playable. But I just think of like things like D&D, Warcraft, Lord of the Rings. They all like, if there was like a multiverse card game with all those things, it would like make sense.
Yeah.
Somewhat, you know.
Yeah, which is fine, and that's why like I think everything can be there, because once you get multiversal with anything, it's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like you have to have that mentality of anything can happen. This could be any multiverse. It could be a shit multiverse where this story sucks. You know, it's it's very hard for my brain to try to immerse myself into the multi-universe scale of some lore, and also like pick and choose like, well, this is stupid, it ruins the whole lore. It's like, well, then the lore wasn't that deep.
Yeah.
Because if one universe being integrated into this massive story ruined it, it's not, I mean, how good can it be? You know?
Right, right.
But I think that's why they can do also such cool things is the Walking Dead collaboration, make some cards and stuff.
Yeah.
Why not? I'm sure some people loved it.
Yeah, and, because it's all preference at the end of the day. They did Godzilla, which I was stoked on, but I'm sure people were like, oh, that's fucking stupid,
Yeah.
Godzilla. But, like it made sense to me, too.
It is kind of weird, but at least it's, like, fantastical.
Yeah.
It's, like, something, it's not just, I don't know, It just doesn't seem right. Zombies seem like something, like if it was necromancy, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But just like zombie apocalypse kind of theme doesn't seem very like fantasy to me, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's like power scaling too, because I think it was like the literal characters from The Walking Dead as like planeswalkers, but planeswalkers
Carl.
are literally, planes like walking different planes of
Yeah.
existence and have this immense power. There's like Carl, and he's a planeswalker. He's a human child.
Yeah.
It just, that's what threw me off a bit.
Yeah.
But I digress. I could go on that tangent, but
Yeah.
what'd you think of Doctor Strange? Speaking of multiverses.
I thought it was bad.
Yeah.
I've thought a lot of things recently are bad, actually, which
Yeah.
usually I enjoy things.
Overall, I'd like to say I enjoy things,
Yeah.
but lately they've just been bad.
Yeah, which kind of, makes me afraid that maybe I just don't get it,
Yeah.
But I feel like for most things, I'll watch it, and even if people hate it, I'm like, well, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't really mind it too much, but I watched Kenobi, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It looks like a school project or something. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I watched Multiverse of Madness. I was actually kind of stoked for that one because I was like, I like the first Doctor Strange, I'm not a huge Marvel fan, but I thought it was pretty good, and I'd be interested in seeing more. But I did see a clip of his part in like one of the Spider-Man movies
Yeah.
where all the Spider-Mans intermingled and stuff, and it's just like the dialogue just didn't make sense. It just seemed like they did it solely for the purpose of progressing the story and not because it was something that Doctor Strange would do. There's arguments against that and stuff, but it didn't feel that way. That's kind of just like a continuation into this movie. It's just shot so weird, and I feel like the story doesn't really make sense. Like the characters on screen, to me, don't feel like they should be doing the things they're doing,
Right.
They're not selling it for me. I don't buy it. I can tell it's a movie.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Welcome to the dark side.
Because you hate everything?
No, I'm a bona fide hater. Like, I could be honest. I dislike things more than I like things. I feel it, where I could really dislike something and kind of like something. You know what I mean? But it's just more often than not, I dislike things where they're not objectively bad. Like, I'm self-aware enough to realize, like, people do like this, and there's reasons, and I can understand those reasons, but I cannot just convince myself to like something because other people do.
Yeah.
Where it's like Rick and Morty's a big one. People are like, whoa, you don't like Rick and Morty? I'm like, I just really don't. I've tried. I think it would be cool to be able to say I like it, but I don't like Rick and Morty, like, at all.
I thought Rick and Morty was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was all right. I definitely, but I feel like that's just overhyped, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I never have to convince myself. I'll watch something, and if I think it's bad, I'll say it's bad.
Yeah.
But it's just so infrequent that I do.
Yeah.
Generally, it's like, that was all right.
Yeah.
Whether or not I come back to it or I start to really like the style and I start like Googling things about it and I get really fixated on it, that remains to be seen. But if I see something, generally the consensus is, that was all right.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. But I'm really upset, because I don't want to be there. I'm sorry, but I don't want to hate everything.
Yeah.
I understand your struggle. Two forms of media now that have made me feel it, and I just feel bitter.
Yeah.
Like, why don't I like this? Other people like it. They say it's good. Why can't I feel what they're feeling?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not like you feel good about it where you're like, oh, I have this elitist level of taste.
It's exhausting.
Where it's I wish I had a broader taste in things.
Yeah.
Sometimes, maybe it's good or bad, I don't know. But even with music, like, there's just a lot of music I don't like more than I like.
Yeah.
And I'll like listen to something and I'm like, yeah, I could get behind this, but it's like a day later I'm like taking it off. I unlike songs all the time.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't like this that much.
Music has become such a, like, I love music, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love sounds. I like all that stuff, but I really feel like that's what I like, is I like sounds. I like sound design and things. I like, I like all of that.
Yeah.
I've realized that maybe I don't care about music in the way that I thought, though. Like, I don't really, I don't know. I like mostly everything. Like, unless it's something that's just, I don't know. I just feel like listening to sounds just for the sake of hearing the sound. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say? If you listen to a song and you don't like 90% of the song, but there's this 10% part where you enjoy the song a lot,
yeah,
do you listen to the whole song? Or do you just, like, would you, if you were just like, I want to hear this part, would you skip like 2 minutes, 30 seconds in, just hear that one part and then go on?
So here's the thing. I'm like the villain in the sense that if there's a song that's 4 minutes and there's a 30-second feature I don't like, I'll take it off my playlist entirely and not listen to that song.
That's fine. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't like 90% of the song. Why would you have it on there?
No, I'm saying I like 90% of it. I don't like the small feature, but that feature is enough to ruin it for me where I just don't listen to the song at all.
Dude, yeah, no.
See,
There's so many songs I just let play out, and
yeah.
I'm like, I don't really like this song very much. But it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I just don't care about it as much anymore. Like, it's just put something on. 90% of the time when I'm by myself and I'm listening to something, I just listen to podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really listen to music anymore. I feel like I've turned into my mom. I always thought she was weird when I was younger. I was like, you don't listen to music. You're weird.
Yeah.
I just don't really I don't get anything from it. Thankfully, I still get something from music, but could you imagine just like never listening to music? What is that like?
Yeah.
Somebody puts something on and you're just like, nah, I go either way.
I listen, there's such a saturation where I listen to things and it's good music, but I'm just like, like you said, it does nothing for me.
Yeah.
Where I need that thing that's so wildly different where I'm like, I feel something again. Like, yeah, I'm alive. I can still feel,
Yeah, I just like sounds legitimately.
Yeah.
Like, an artist can throw the same 4 chords at me in 5 different songs. And I'm just like, I really like the changes they made here. Because it doesn't matter, I don't know. I feel like I used to think that I was always trying to find something new because I always wanted that feeling you got when you found like that really good song that you just had on repeat constantly.
Yeah.
That just doesn't really happen anymore. Like, I'm constantly switching it up. If I'm going to listen to music, I'm just going to put something on. Random funk playlists.
Right.
I was listening to classical music a little bit. Started dabbling into songs that I remember from my childhood for a day. We went to the gas station. I put on like Aha and Toto and stuff.
Yeah.
The night before we were putting Hold the Line by Toto on repeat, playing Valorant. But I don't know. Yeah, it's just music. Like, it doesn't make me really feel anything anymore. I like it, but I don't know. I don't really need it to be good all the time.
Yeah.
It's a strange feeling because I've always been so music focused for most of my life. And now I feel like I want to hear people talk about things. I listened to a podcast about a guy talking about like ancient Rome and stuff. I don't give a fuck about ancient Rome. Like, he was talking so eloquently and like just saying things that I was like, that is interesting.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm a sucker.
No, it's good to I guess remain open and broaden the interest, even if it's not, it could go either way. I feel I've been wanting to experience that same, maybe you've just given up. I don't know. Like, you're like,
Me?
I'm done looking. I'm done hunting. Like, you've realized you'll never find it all.
For music?
Yeah, where you're not like, it's always going to be better and better and better. Like, maybe it's capped. You like where it's at. You don't need it to be more than it is.
I've known that for a very long time, man. Listen, there is a certain chord progression that is my favorite sound in the world.
Yeah.
And that's it. You could take one instrument and play that chord progression, and I'll listen to it and be like, this is the most beautiful sound that's ever been produced by mankind.
Yeah. It's, to me, I feel like every year is like a level of filtration to where it just, the taste is condensed and like truer and truer to what I actually like. And I've just kind of wean out the bullshit.
Yeah.
In that it's not broadening, where it's no longer growing. It's in a recession. It's over the hill. The stage of growth and development is long behind me.
It's definitely slowed down.
It's only curated now. It's like, do I really like this? It's very, I guess, what would the term be?
Eclectic.
Eclectic would be like all over the place. It would be more like,
I mean, it is kind of all over the place.
It is eclectic, but
it's like making order out of the chaos. It's precisely what you like, but it just doesn't. It is yours.
Conspicuous consumption. There we go. Kind of like conspicuous, like very just like selective to be like, this is what I'm about. This is what I like.
Yeah.
And if something doesn't fulfill that 100%, I just put it to the wayside. Like,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I like.
Yeah.
I know the bare minimum simple of this is my favorite thing, and everything else is just like, yeah, that's all right. That's fine. Throw it on. It's nice.
Sometimes it's just overwhelming. It could come down to decision fatigue too. Like, the simpler we make it for ourselves, like we only have, option A, B, and C instead of running through the entire alphabet.
That's a good point.
It doesn't take much, because I've realized, as much as I love like fashion and clothing and everything, I'm really not that stylish of an individual. When I say that, it's because as much as I enjoy it, it's overwhelming and stressful to me at the same time. That's where, I try to be like, oh, it would be so cool to be able to, dress like this, or, add more color. But black, white, red,
I feel like,
or the three, I feel like I could just throw together and it'll kind of make sense.
Individual people, I feel like, have their own designated tick rates.
Yeah.
In like a given day or a given week, given hour, however you want to measure it. But you have a certain tick rate, and everything that you do, everything costs a certain amount of ticks.
Yeah.
They're all different, how much they cost and everything. But in each segment of measurement, if you're doing, like, say you're into fashion, you got 60 ticks, and fashion takes up 20 ticks, but cooking takes up 50 ticks. If you start looking into fashion, you use those 20, but when you go to cook, you don't have enough to, stay under your limit. So you don't do that. You go do 3-4 other smaller things.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of what you can handle, because I've always wondered. It's like, I have friends who it just seems like when they're interested in something, they know a lot about it. And I'm like, I've like Googled it. I've seen things on the internet about it. I've read about it. It's just like, how do you keep up with all of these things all the time? I feel like I can't. There's not enough time for me to keep up with all of these interests. So you start setting some aside, and I feel like maybe that is just what happens. That was a good point. It's decision fatigue. There's too much to fucking do in the day. Choosing what to listen to, I've just removed. I'm done with it. I don't care. I like all music.
Oh, honestly, because you find yourself I love that expression too. Like, everyone has a set amount of ticks.
Yeah.
Because once you're out, it's pretty upsetting when you want to. It's like swiping your card and getting declined.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to be cooking, but I've used up my ticks.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. What do I do now?
Like, I'm cashed for the day. There is nothing I can do.
Yeah.
You can try as much as you want, but if you just keep trying, like, there's a part of me that feels like it's just going to make me feel worse, because I'm actively trying and failing. So
Yeah.
I might as well just give up, take a shower, and say, yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It,
Low tick rate farm right here.
you just, the older we get, I feel like the closer we come to the understanding that there's so much fucking noise in the world.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to shut it off.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I just want a corner where I can just sit and not have to fucking deal with anything.
Yeah.
It's so, like, because you don't have to cater to everybody, you know, in every social situation and shit, you're going to have to, there is some catering, you know, you got to be respectful, you got to ask things and stuff. And 90% of the time, if I'm exhausted, it doesn't go over well with me. Like, I can't do this. I gotta, I gotta go. Like, I just can't talk anymore.
You know, and this is sad to say, but it is it's so true. That's another thing, just relationships with friends, family, significant other. It's all coming out of the same pool, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you don't have gauges for each. They're out of the same gauge. And
it's one big pool.
I felt awful, but I was just being completely honest because my mom was like, oh, you know, me and Jim were out and we were at this restaurant and we met this really nice young server that just moved in town. He doesn't really have friends, but he's around your guys' age, but he had such a great personality. And I thought maybe you could talk to him and be his friend, you know, and like exchange info. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's great, but sorry, I can't.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean you can't?
I don't have the mental energy.
I told her, I'm like, you know, I'm already failing at sustaining and managing the relationships I do have. I simply do not have the capacity or the room to add another. As small as it could be, an acquaintance of a guy at a restaurant that met my parents. But it's like, I'm like, look, he could add my Instagram. I'm like, they're like, oh, can we give him your number? I was like, absolutely not. What you could do is tell him my Instagram. He could shoot me a follow. Maybe we could have a cordial, like, hey, man, what's up? Oh, not much, you, and then just call it.
That's
so
fucking funny. But it's so true, man. It just doesn't make sense. Some people are like, oh, yeah, can't you just... If I took every fucking person who washed up just being, like, calling me to hang out... No, I can't do it, man. I can barely answer the phone for the people that I want to answer the phone for.
And they're like, what, you don't like people? But to me, that's equivalent of saying, like, oh, you like cats, huh? Yeah, go adopt every fucking cat at the pound.
Listen, I've lived with 14 cats. Do you know what it's like? There is such a thing as too many friends. Like, I have the people in my life. Yeah, exactly. I am trying and failing already at maintaining the relationships I currently have. Why the fuck would I tell that to everybody I meet if I go hang out with somebody. I'm like, I probably won't answer calls, probably won't answer texts. I probably won't even ever hang out again. But this is fun, and I'm glad I came out, but I just have too many people already. I'm capped.
You know, you could go through my text right now, and I would bet money I am not the last one to respond on any of those texts. Like, it's something they said, and I just never responded after.
Yeah.
And it like I never leave the last word.
Yeah.
Or no, it's like they said something, and then I just lost track at that point. You know?
Yeah, I never...
It'll be weeks sometimes where I'll be like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I didn't
I should
reply.
reach out, you know?
Yeah. Well, people just don't stop. Like, I don't get it. You know? I always, when I send a message and I don't get a reply, it's like a form of comfort for me. It's like, oh, yes. It's like when somebody bails. You know, when you make plans with somebody, you're like, hey, this Wednesday, let's go out to lunch. And then on Wednesday, I wake up at 11 a.m. and I'm like, fuck, I got to get ready for lunch. I get all ready and I start getting to go. And they're like, hey, man, just something came up. Sorry, I'm going to have to cancel. I'm like, bro, I got up, I got ready for the day, and now I get to do whatever I want? Yeah. Oh, my God. I am a happy boy. That's fine. I don't mind.
You know, I don't like the idea of doing anything that's not, like, within my immediate circle.
Yeah.
Like, if it's, I feel terrible saying this, but, like, you know, if it's, like, a work party or, like, oh, we're all going bowling. You want to go? No.
Yeah.
Nope. Not at all. Like, honestly. Like,
yeah.
It sounds exhausting. Not that I don't like you guys.
Yeah.
I just don't see myself wanting to spend time
Yeah.
doing that.
I love
you know?
working with the people I work with,
Yeah.
but there's very few of them that I would want to like interact with more socially like that, you know?
Yeah, like you love the time you spend with them at work, and then you leave it at that,
Yeah.
and that's okay. It's like it's the same expression that could carry over. Like you could recognize people are pretty, but you don't want to date everyone you think is pretty.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, you're a great person. I like spending time with you. Yeah. Some other time.
But that doesn't
You know?
mean that I have to like everybody I know like that.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean that they are bad or that I hate them. It's just
Right.
that we don't really get along. Like there's plenty of people I enjoy very much.
Yeah.
And I sound like Donald Trump. There's plenty of people I enjoy very much, but we just don't click.
Yeah.
I wanted to grab another beer. Do you want to
Oh yeah.
pin this conversation and maybe
Yeah.
get back to some anime I love
Yeah.
this conversation.
Yeah.
I feel good about it, but
Oh yeah.
maybe we should get back to something.
Yeah. So, Grand Blue, not to be confused with the animation Grand Blue, which is about scuba divers and sultry scuba women and men, or to be confused with Big Blue Van. I didn't even see the expression on the top. Pack it in, pack it out. So the boys on this side of town are all about packing. I'll
That's
tell
so-
you what.
That's so Grand Blue.
So Grand Blue Fantasy versus. I've been playing a lot of it. I haven't seen the anime. I think you were saying you checked my anime list and you watched it.
Yeah, I watched a bit of it.
Yeah.
It's very hard to remember though. I just remember. I think that guy you were fighting against.
Yeah.
He doesn't have white hair in the show. I don't know if that's something.
No, that was a
happens.
color costume.
Yeah.
But yeah, his name's literally Gran.
Yeah, yeah. He like starts his adventure, meets some. I don't know. I want to say like a star. She's got some fantastic thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like visuals from it, but it's been a long time since I saw it, and I didn't know it was a fighting game.
Yeah.
Was it a fighting game first? I'd imagine because it's Grand Blue the animation.
You know, I don't know enough about it. I do know there's a game coming out next year, or they've been saying every year since like 21, but now they're like, oh, 23 official. But I think it's supposed to be kind of like an open world, like RPG style game. So I think it's like Grand Blue Versus, if I'm not mistaken, is just taking the characters from that series and made like a fighting game out of it.
Oh,
I don't really know. I'll have to do more research on that, but yeah, it was just due time because I've been playing Nitro Blasters a lot, but just casually. I'd always just hop on, hop off. But I'm like, I really wanted to get into a game, but since it's so much older now, it's a dead platform. I mean, you go online. There are times we went online when I was in California and you were out here, and we didn't even need to make a room. We just bet online because no one else was playing, you know. And I learned that from streaming it the other night that the gentleman on the channel had told me. He's like, yeah, this game is completely dead online. Like, you got to be in a Discord or a Reddit, you know, group to really still be playing. So I'm like, oh, I'll do some more contemporary. So this came out in 2020, and dude, it's just so beautiful. It's so much fun.
Grand Blue. It looks really nice.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Is like I like fighting games too. Hate playing them.
Yeah.
I just don't like playing them because I won't ever be good at them because of the infrequency of me playing them.
Right. Yeah.
And I'll always, like, the times I get, I'll play with somebody who's really good, and then I'm just like, no. Like, if you guys went to say you go to a Grand Blue tournament.
You got to try this.
Say you go to a Grand Blue tournament. I would love to go.
Yeah.
I'll cheer you guys on, but I don't want to play.
Right. No, and that's fair. You know,
I like the
that's
sport
fair.
of it.
Yeah. It tastes like
It's pretty
a
good.
blueberry muffin.
Yeah,
Like straight
literally.
up. Yeah, like a literal.
like a liquefied muffin.
That's tasty.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. The face you're like, that's
But maybe
pretty good.
maybe take it a little colder.
Yeah, it's not the chilliest right
It's
now.
not the coldest beer in the fridge. I'll say that.
Think of it as a
It is
warm
good, though.
blueberry muffin in a glass.
It
Yeah.
tastes exactly like a warm blueberry muffin, actually. Like a blueberry muffin that's been sitting in your car.
Yeah, it could go a little colder, but
Yeah.
it's good still. Surprisingly, it's not bad for how warm it is right now.
Makes me want a blueberry muffin.
Yeah.
Mm.
But,
So good.
the game's great. I'm picking up Guilty Gear, too, and then there's another one called DNF. It's like Dungeons and Fighters. That's coming out, I think, like tomorrow.
Do not fuck.
Do not fuck. Do not fuck. But yeah, dude, I wish there were more games we both liked equally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the same kind of thing where it's like I think things like Rust seem really cool, and then like DayZ and stuff, like they actually do seem like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you've said before too, but it's like the commitment thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there's a lot of commitment and learning like different terminology, and
Yeah.
they're very unique games where you can't
How
be
to
like,
do
oh,
things.
it's just like this game. Yeah.
Like to load your magazines in DayZ, you have to take the clip, put it in your hand, put the bullets in, and then you'll have to hold left click to load each individual bullet into the magazine. And to reload, you have to put the other magazine onto the action bar and hold that button to reload the mag.
Yeah.
So if you run out of ammo, you can't just, you actually have to load your bullets in. They come in boxes that you have to open.
Yeah.
Then you get the bullets. It's just very workaround, but it makes you do all these little things. And it just becomes second nature. If I needed to build a fire in DayZ, I can just build a fire. But if somebody was like, I'm cold, I need to build a fire, I would have to explain to them this process of
yeah.
So wait, hold on. So I put the bark where and I do what? And you combine them together in your hands and then you go through the recipe. It's shitty, but once you learn it, yeah, it's one of those things. It's the time commitment.
Yeah.
I like survival games. You like fighting games. You'll learn combos and ways to fuck people up. I'll learn how to survive and, get the iron ore from the miner to my factory in Satisfactory quickly.
Yeah.
So that the production rate is efficient.
It's the commitment you're willing to make, right?
Yeah.
Where it's because no game's easy, and there's
Yeah.
always a learning curve. But yeah, some games just stick. It's you don't have to. There's no second guessing if you like a game or not. If you're sitting there sometimes, yeah, you do have to play it out a few days to really.
I second guess Valorant frequently.
Yeah. Well, Valorant is fun to me, but it's one of those where there's always the comparison of you're playing against people that love Valorant.
Yeah.
All they do is play Valorant. You will never be as good as them because you don't have the same level of commitment. I'm speaking for myself, not like you, but I'm saying as a person, if you're not on that level, you'll just never beat them.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
Yeah.
That's just where I'm at. But obviously those people are few and far in between. Not everyone's super mega globally award-winning elite,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of good players out there, and I'm not one of them.
And I don't play Valorant to be the best.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. I like first-person shooters. I like competitive first-person shooters, and I feel
Right.
the skill kind of transfers over. It's a little different. I played a good bit of Counter-Strike, and I like Counter-Strike. But yeah, it's you got to be consistent in it. If I
Yeah.
don't play for 6 months and then I come back, yeah, obviously I'm dog shit. But if I play every couple days and I work my way up and stuff, I'm better than when I started. And it's the same thing with a fighting game. Is you hop on and you don't really know the combos and the strings and shit, but once you start to learn it, you start to do better.
Yeah.
And maybe you can't go beat the world champ, but you're actively trying to get better at the game, and it's that progression that you care about.
Oh, yeah.
I just like first-person shooters instead of fighting games.
You know, and with FPS, like, I used to like it more. I remember, I don't know, I call it a golden era. It's probably, shit, pale in comparison now, but like Halo 2. I played the shit out of Halo 2. And
I think Halo 2 still reigns as like one of the best.
Okay, because I like the Halo series. I like Call of Duty not as much anymore. I think it's a very well-made game, but it's just kind of
I've never really been a big first-person shooter fan. The only one I ever liked was Halo.
I was going to say Valorant is the first one since that I've actually have really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Where even Counter-Strike, I never played it or anything. It seems cool, but I think like Valorant's an improved upon version.
Yeah.
In some regard. I think they took some elements from like Overwatch, put that with Counter-Strike, and like made a baby. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But,
kind of. It's just Counter-Strike with abilities.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with Overwatch, like
with
the
Riot
design,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love Dark Souls too.
Yeah,
like every game, Soul style games. Like
I've been wanting to play Elden Ring again.
Yeah, and I tell that to people, and they're like, "Oh man, I hate those games because they're so hard." To me, games that require a lot of technicality and thinking are hard, which it is a technical game, don't get me wrong, but it's simple. It's such a simple game, it's just difficult. It's
Kill a boss.
It's not complicated.
Yeah.
You roll, you hit, and a couple other mechanics, which I know Elden Ring does have some more mechanics to it.
Yeah.
Than like a traditional one from the Souls trilogy, but like I just like that.
Well, I mean, they're games of persistence.
Yeah.
They're games where you don't really have to think about all of the specifics if you don't want to. You can just keep going at it, and you will learn more. You'll get better. You'll read the moves better, and eventually, it's like you go in on the first fight with a boss that you don't know anything about, and they fuck your shit up. Then the 50th time you're fighting them, you're like, I just got to get through this part. You see the progression of like, you start taking 10% of their health, then you start taking 30%, then you start taking 70%, and then you get stuck on the second phase. You can see the progression in that way of like learning the phases of the fights and being able to survive them.
Right.
And it's once you do it, you feel damn good.
And part of it too is just overall the art and the aestheticism of Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, I watched Lord of the Rings mostly to see moments with Sauron. I just thought he was the coolest, like, antagonist ever.
Yeah.
Like that jagged armor. He just looks so cool. And then, after that, playing World of Warcraft, and just when Death Knights came out, I'm like, these are so sick. Yeah. Just like the lore and the concept of what a Death Knight was, and just their armor, that dark, jagged, menacing armor. And Dark Souls is literally that, but a whole game in landscape where everything looks like that. And that's what I liked. I just love looking at it because of the style of it. It's just so
Dark
up
Souls
my alley,
is sick. Yeah, it may not be the exact same, but I mean, if you like the Souls-like gaming, like the mechanics and stuff, just try Hollow Knight. I played it on Game Pass a little bit. It's hard as fuck.
Isn't that a platformer?
Yeah, it's a Souls-like platformer.
Oh.
It's difficult.
Okay.
In that sense.
Yeah.
It's very like technical, and you're gonna die a lot.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to work your way through it and figure out what's going on. It's tough.
I was looking at, I have Hollow Knight on the wish list, and there's another one like Skull with one L, like the Hero Slayer. That looked
it sounds familiar.
Similar.
I don't know if I've ever seen it though.
And then there's another one. There's
Steam Summer Sale too. I think by the time this comes out, it'll still be going on.
I did pick up what's that one called? It's the one I got on Xbox Game Pass. Kind of looks like a Kmart Dark Souls. Not really. It looks like a really well done game. It's just people think it's a Souls game, and it's not.
Dark Souls.
Yeah, the name's slipping me. I told you about it. You're like, oh yeah, I think I heard of that one.
Do you remember anything else about it?
It's like, I could just look at Steam right now.
Yeah.
Mortal Shell. I haven't played whatsoever because I can't, for the life of me, get the controller to work with it. I tried. I know there must be a way, but during the hour and a half I tried, I didn't have any luck. But you could see it definitely. Try to find some like gameplay shots. Like it kind of has that flavor.
Yeah,
to
very
it,
dark.
you know.
Did you ever play Bloodborne?
So that's the thing, dude. I haven't played Bloodborne or Sekiro.
Yeah, Sekiro's half off right now. I was thinking about getting that.
I mean, that's the hardest of the bunch.
I feel like I heard it was easy. Maybe, I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, who knows?
There's people who do crazy things in Dark Souls games.
Yeah.
It'd probably be very difficult for me, but it's like Ghost of Tsushima. Like I really wanted to play that. I don't think that was like as difficult. I think it did have some difficulty to it, but not near the level of Souls.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just feels wrong of me to buy the game because I wouldn't immediately play it because I haven't even finished Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I need to at least finish. I've never finished a Souls game, so I started one. I'm a pretty good way through.
Yeah.
I need to finish it. And then I can move on. I probably go to Sekiro because I like that style. Bloodborne, I love Bloodborne.
Yeah, Bloodborne.
The aesthetic of Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't sell my PlayStation.
Dude, so last time I was out San Diego, Mia brought over PS5 because I wanted to play some games.
Hell yeah.
But she didn't have a lot of games for it. But I would get one just to play Demon Souls because it's not on Steam or PC platforms.
Demon Souls? I thought it was.
Mm-mm.
No?
No, that's PlayStation exclusive. And the PS5 looks great, but we were playing she had it was just an upscaled. It was a PS4 game. It was Dragon Age Inquisition. I was playing, so I'd never done the solo playthrough.
Yeah.
Because we did the multiplayer, which is hard as shit. But not that into that game.
Dragon Age?
Yeah.
Dragon Age isn't great.
Yeah, it was kind of
prefer Divinity. Divinity looks like my deal.
Yeah, Dragon Age was a little... the multiplayer was fun. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, no, Divinity... I've only played 2, but it's sick.
Yeah.
Emilio and I actually there was a week, we played...
Yeah, there's always
every night. Yeah.
Games are weeks.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about them. You play for a week.
But I'm saying I played enough to know a little bit about it, just going through some stages and levels and maps. I feel like there's a lot of games I've even just picked up, played through the intro, and then put it down and never played again.
Yeah.
But that was one where I was like, this shit is fun, but it's challenging because your dialogue will oftentimes set off opponents you can't defeat.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get stuck in a loop and you have to find a way around it. So it's a really cool challenge.
Yeah. I like it. I was watching this guy Spaceman play it, and I mean, I know what Divinity is, but actually watching the gameplay for the first time, I was like, wait a minute, this is literally just D&D.
Yeah.
It's just that is what it is. It's like, fuck yeah, I want to play this. Okay, so we have to have a Divinity night. It'll probably be a couple nights spanning.
Do you have
but
it?
No, I'm going to buy it.
Okay.
A Steam
2?
summer sale, yeah.
Okay.
Divinity 2 Originals in.
Yep. I have it. Is Bryce getting it?
I think Bryce already has it.
If Bryce has it, Emilio has it, and he's been bugging me to play again.
Yeah.
So we could have a 4-man party.
Yeah. At least just a night or two. Just hey guys, do you want to play these games? We can, on Monday, we record this, and directly afterwards, we can go play Divinity for a couple hours. And then we can do it again the next night. And then if we never play again, fuck it. But I would love to play.
Yeah.
Just experience it.
It's fun, man. And the only thing that stopped Amelia and I from being consistent with it, too, is just it would have been fun, I think, with more people.
Yeah.
Because you have to have, a full party, but it's just NPCs. It would be cool to have actual people for every character,
Yeah. But definitely would be a fun time, and I would be more than down. I will buy it. I don't know if we'll do it immediately, but, let's get it set up. Hey, let's have a Divinity night and then set a day for it. and say this is when we're gonna play. That way, I don't know. It's not just like, especially if it's only the 4 people we can think of to play.
Yeah.
Let's plan it instead of waiting until that Monday. Be like, hey, we're gonna play Divinity. You want to play? It's like, well, I mean, like I'm out.
Yeah.
I have plans. We're adults
set it aside.
now.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to plan shit.
Yeah.
But I think that's about it. Do you want to just go over the pairings, or? Oh no, there was one thing I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll spark too big of a conversation, but I did see that Kaguya-sama got the highest rated score on my anime list, above Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
What, really?
It's the top rated anime on my anime list now.
Dude, I just finished it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was confirmed now that there will be a season 4. But
I believe it.
Did you finish it?
No.
Okay, dude. Yeah, that one, like, you get, I won't say it's conclusive, but like, you finally get something.
Yeah. You always do.
Yeah, you finally get something good, and there was a lot of build up, and it was worth it.
That was pretty crazy. Yeah, I know it was good. I mean, I like Kaguya-sama, and now I'm gonna have to finish it. But it's just, people love it. I saw a Garnt post about it that he was waiting for the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood people to come back full force and get that score to go back above it.
Yeah,
but it cracked it. Like, they really showed out. I don't know. I have to watch it because obviously people enjoyed it. I did see another thing too, that it was like saying that the characters are some of the like weirdest, kinkiest characters ever, but there's barely any fan service in it.
Yeah.
So it's like you get all of that, but it's not just completely blatant about it.
Yeah, it's pretty modest, which you can it's refreshing in the climate of, a lot of fan servicey anime.
Yeah, a lot of shit that's come out recently.
Yeah, there's no skirt lifts, there's no, like fall and grab boob, it's very
the faded situation.
Yeah. The faded, the Parasite, the every other anime, but it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I definitely need to get caught up on it.
But
it's kind of what I wanted to do.
As far as the pairings go, I think, we are considering that we've been playing a lot of games lately, probably more than we've been watching stuff.
Yeah.
But for me, I picked out Big Blue Van to do with Big Blue Grand Van Crew.
Big Blue Van. Big Blue Grand.
Grand Vu versus Van Blue.
Van Blue.
Blue.
Grand Blue. Van Blue. I picked Dawn of the Red because DayZ.
And just to end it on a very important note.
It's really good, though.
What was Vin Diesel in again?
Arc 2.
I'm so glad that's the episode. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm so glad you brought it up. I'm so glad you brought it up. I have been talking about it endlessly, and I told myself, it's not a topic. It's not a topic. You don't need to talk about it. But Vin Diesel's in Arc 2. Have a beautiful night.
Peace.